Welcome to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm John. We're a couple of overweight barbecue enthusiasts trying to share our love for sweet and smoky food with the world.
Thanks for hanging out with us as we talk about life, share recipes, successes, and failures that have all led to our love of cooking outdoors.
Hey, howdy, hey!
Love it.
I think it's up to you for the next killer intro.
Dude, how do you one-up hey, howdy, hey? That was...
The moment will come.
That was pretty incredible. Off the cuff.
The moment will come where you put hey, howdy, hey to shame.
I don't think so, but we'll see. We shall see.
Welcome back, everybody. It's good to be back in the pit.
It is.
It's been kind of a crazy couple of days. Really, the last week's been kind of nuts, so it feels good to be back in.
This is like the only place where nobody demands anything from us. Except for our adoring fans, of course. All 17 of you.
That's right. 17 live viewers. Speaking of live viewers, we were just kind of talking about this as we walked downstairs.
Yeah.
When are we doing another live, Mike?
I think we got it. That was fun. It was a blast.
It was fun. Mostly because we had so many great listeners.
Yeah. That's what made it fun, is like interacting with people as we're talking. Yeah. So, I don't know. What do you think? Should we do it for like St. Patrick's Day or something? Or earlier? Or
I think we can do one before then.
All right.
I don't know. I'm just... Let's pull up the magic calendar. Next Wednesday... Next week, we have to record on a Tuesday. Otherwise, our wives are going to be mad at us.
Yes. Wednesday's a dangerous day to do podcasting.
But we could do the week of the 18th.
I don't know why that wouldn't work. You'll also notice today that our mics will inadvertently mute themselves because we are both fighting coughs. So...
We're both hacking up a
great day to be on the mics.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, we're not going to get distracted. We're going to stay focused on this one thing.
Yep.
Pending approval from Haley and Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
The 20th.
Okay.
The 20th or the 21st. Should we put it to the fans?
Let's put it to the fans.
Tuesday or Wednesday for a live episode.
When can you guys be there? Because you are the guests of honor. Right. Obvs.
Okay, Mike, you're in charge of putting it on.
Okay.
On the IG.
I will do it.
On the old IG.
I will get after it. I'll even do a story about it. I still don't get stories, man. Like,
they're hard.
What's the difference between a post and a story? And can you just make a post a story sometimes?
The story disappears.
But why? Why is that important?
If any of our young fans who understand Instagram's algorithm want to come help Mike and I, if you have a passion for barbecue and know anything about social media, really anything about social media, you'll be able to one-up us. So, unpaid internship, it'll look great on your college application.
Indeed. Also, we could provide math tutoring if needed.
And contract negotiation.
There you go.
So we will definitely get curfew extended till 10:30.
And a hat. You can have a hat too.
You'll have a hat. There you go. Yeah. So hit us up in the comments, DM us, or text us, and she probably knows us.
Yeah. And everybody else, just we're sorry for our social media presence and how lackluster it is. But we're learning.
We're learning.
We'll figure it out.
So we'll do that. It'll be the 20th or the 21st for our next live episode. It will be fantastic. We may have more food again. I found out that last time Mike said that he had a big dinner. The reason he didn't want to eat the loaded tots was because he was coming down with the stomach flu and didn't want to blow chunks all over. So You never know what's going to happen on a live episode.
Yeah. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And my wife thought that was hilarious, by the way, because she knew that I think it was all in my head at that point because I hadn't gotten sick yet, but my family had. So I was just like, oh
man.
So.
There's nothing worse than stomach issues.
It is the worst, man.
I can deal with a lot of crap, but I just can't deal with being sick to my stomach. It's miserable.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. Well, should we jump to a shout out?
I think so. Speaking of social media
and people that know how to do this better than us, I love our new setup. The fact that we can pull stuff like this in has me super pumped.
I feel like it's much better, and I'm glad you figured it out because I still don't know what's happening.
We've got Blaine Howard, who, while he is not a barbecue connoisseur, I mean, he's a Kansas City fan, so I'm assuming he's a barbecue connoisseur.
Has to be.
But this is more of a music account. But with the Super Bowl coming up, I thought it'd be fun to kick it in high gear maybe a little bit with some Chiefs action. So I know that Mose picked the Chiefs for D. Is the rest of the family gonna go Chiefs? I mean, I know Whitney is, but she's doing it for other reasons.
Yeah, she's a Swiftie. I am kind of rooting for Brock Purdy. I think it'd be cool to see him win, but I have no hate for the Chiefs, so I'm good either way.
Yeah,
I really do like the Chiefs.
I love Purdy's story.
Yeah,
love Purdy's story.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's fire this up. We didn't decide which one. Do you have a pick?
No. I mean, they were all good. So.
All right, this is a what do they call these?
Parodies?
Parody?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a parody of Johnny Cash that Blaine came up with for the Chiefs.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's Blaine, and here's a brand new parody that a lot of fans like you out there helped me write. Let's play Johnny Cash.
I love Johnny Cash.
Oh, classic. It was a great song, too.
I hear the kingdom coming. They're filling up the stands. We ain't seen a losing season since Big Red came in. We're heading to Las Vegas to win a ring again. And I'd have to hit that 777 to buy my ticket in. Back in the 1990s, Chiefs couldn't catch a break, but now we can win another one for number 58. Yeah, even Joe Montana couldn't ease our pain. But now we got Pacheco running like a train.
There's a couple other ones. There's a Garth Brooks. There's even a T Swift one there, which I think everyone should go check this out.
Yeah.
Because it's got some good music. It's fun. It's funny. Plus, it's about the Chiefs and go Big Red. That's all I've got to say.
That's awesome. He mentioned hitting the 777 to buy his ticket in. Do you know how much the cheapest Super Bowl ticket is right now?
Oh, I don't know what it is right now. I know when it started, I think they were saying it was like $9,000.
Yeah. It has dropped. And now for the cheapest ticket, it is $6,944.
Good grief, that's crazy.
Good heavens.
Yeah. I know that it's so expensive that Purdy's family said, yeah, we can't afford to buy a box.
Yeah. We'll watch from the stands.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how much it was.
$2.5 million for a box. I think that's what I read. That's crazy. Well, and if you watch the Kelsey documentary, have you watched that on Prime? You should, because it's awesome. But it just talks about Jason Kelsey, and they were just talking about getting their family tickets last year. and I think it was $30,000 to get like.
I've seen the clips of
tickets. It's
yeah,
crazy.
Kylie was like having to like.
Yeah.
She's 4. Like, we're gonna pay $30,000 for her to roll around on the ground and not know what's going on.
And he's just like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's awesome.
But how do you not?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
and especially that one, like Jason and Travis playing at the same time. You
can't not. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, that's definitely one that would be brought up. It'd be brought up, 15 years later at the dinner table. Hey, you guys remember when you left me at home and didn't let me see Uncle Travis and Daddy play?
Yeah, it was super messed up. Oh, that's awesome. But,
hey, before we get into the show, you've had the cup now for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about it?
It's fine. I think I prefer the Stanley, honestly.
I got one of the new trendy bottles.
Oh.
The Owala.
Yeah. Well, never mind. Actually, I can't say that yet. We purchased one of those for a birthday that has not happened yet.
I was just like starting to think through it. I was like, whose birthday's coming up?
Love you, Mom. I think she stopped listening, so I think we're okay.
That's fine. Rod, don't blow this for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. It's great. I really like it. Although, like I told you earlier, like I hate water.
Yeah.
It's so gross. Put it through the Yum Yum machine.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Yum Yum machine, the great black box out on the back deck. What you guys are doing the mac and cheese bar.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to talk about what I hope I'm going to be cooking.
Yeah.
Little chicken wing.
Some wings. Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna. Oh, man. Chicken and macaroni. Dude,
if we don't go viral over that clip right there.
Yeah, it needs to happen. Yeah, let's talk about chicken wings.
Talk about it, Mike.
Well, I actually just did some. So, and I think I talked about them. I think I might have posted a video. And it was a blizzard, blah, blah, blah. And everybody was obsessed with the blizzard. But those chicken wings were bomb. So, there's a bunch of ways you can do it. And I'm sure we'll talk about them. But I just did straight up. So I just got some chicken wings. I got the full wings and then cut them into the drumlet and the, what do you call it? The flat?
Uh-huh.
That seemed weird because it's a brisket part 2, but the flat and the drumlet, right? That's what we call them. So, and I cut them into that. I like doing that because they feel bigger, at least in my mind, than if you just get them already cut. And tossed them in a little cornstarch. Cornstarch.
Dry them off a little bit.
Yep. And I just threw a little seasoning in there. Really, unpopular opinion. Well, not really. I think popular opinion. I think the sauce is kind of what really gives chicken wings their allure, Nice. Like, you got to work a lot. The sauce is kind of what really makes the flavor pop. Now, you can do them like dry rubs and stuff.
I was going to say, I'm going to go unpopular. I'm a big dry rub fan.
Are you? Really? I am. It seems less messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the big thing with chicken wings is you got to cook them pretty hot to get the skin crispy. Otherwise, it's rubbery and gross. That's been my experience, at least.
No, for sure, and it's timely actually because let's cut back here. This Juke and Q, Adam, who was on the podcast a while ago. We need to get Adam back on.
Podcast alum.
Yeah, just today dropped a new recipe, and he's got a partnership with Safeway about game day wings. And one of the things I thought was really interesting here, and we're going to scroll past it, he does what you love and puts a bunch of stuff on here until you get down to the actual recipe.
It drives me crazy, but he's probably getting paid for it, so that's fine.
He is getting paid for it.
He can do what he needs to do.
Adam's made it big time, so.
Yeah.
So he can do what he wants.
Yeah.
But he had this great tip in here. So he talks about smoking your wings, and let's say, how hot does he run his? 2 ways, yada, yada, yada.
Got to scroll through all of the shameless plugs for merch and advertisements and such.
So he ran his way lower than I've ever done wings. $225.
Oh, interesting.
But this is what I thought was kind of freaking genius.
Oh, he hits up the air fryer.
He hits the air fryer to crisp them up at the end.
Dude, Pilot Potty, we were literally just texting about this. There you have it. Interesting.
Yeah, which I thought was a killer idea. So go check out Adam's page and recipe. I will try to remember to put this in the show notes so that you can find it quickly.
And he air fries it at 400 degrees, it looks like?
Yeah. 400 degrees, 5 to 6 minutes. So he stops at 145.
Okay.
So that's before the safe temperature, so nobody goes
Yeah, don't go eat it.
Don't go sneaking a taste. Salmonella.
It's not a good time to sample.
Salmonella is not worth it, guys. And then he throws them in the air fryer for 5 to 6 minutes. And this was one of the things that I always screwed up and struggled when I first started doing chicken wings. Because I always think about, I just want to get it to the safe temperature. If you take a chicken breast to 185, you might as well be chewing on leather.
Mm-hmm.
But chicken wings, you actually want to take extra hot. You go 160 is safe. He's talking about 185. I've even seen 195 be recommended.
Oh, really?
On different recipes.
I have not seen that.
So
interesting.
Yeah. So that's I thought that was timely given that we were talking about this, but it's an interesting way. We know wet, low, and slow are how you get real strong smoke flavor. Mm-hmm. Because like you, I've always run mine 375, 425, somewhere in there, and just really hot. And they always come out good, but they're not really smoky.
Right.
So
yeah, that's a really good point. Because I run mine on the Weber with the Vortex, and I like it, and they come out nice, and they were crispy and delicious, and I'm sure they were right around. I think when I pulled them, they were 180, 185, yeah. So right around there, but they definitely didn't really have a smoked flavor. It was just kind of crispy, and I mean, it was good. But
you get the charcoal flavor when you use the Vortex,
yeah,
for sure. So
that's true. But it's like we said, it's so hot that you're not getting as much as you would.
Yeah, it's better than just throwing them in the oven or even deep fried. I'll eat deep fried wings, but I would much rather them be smoked, baked, roasted, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
To get the flavors.
So then what do you do? Because I mentioned I tossed mine. I just got the Asian Zing sauce from Walmart, from B-Dubs. And it was awesome. And I really liked it. But you mentioned you prefer dry rubs. What kind of stuff do you do?
So I've done a bunch of stuff. Most of my just normal rubs that I use, Honey Hog, Hot Honey Hog, Texas Sugar, all the Meat Church ones that I've known and loved, as well as I think they're Weber rubs.
Okay.
That they've got an Asian one that we've got.
Dude, something about Asian wings just hits me.
I'll tell you about my favorite one in a minute. I just toss them in those, and then I put them out there, and then we'll put sauce on some of them. The one thing I don't love about wings is just how messy you always get. Yeah. And it's just not my thing. Yeah. My kids, and Haley especially, Haley loves sauce on everything. So she always wants to sauce them up. I'm just happy being able to taste the rub and eating wings and not being totally covered head to toe.
That's one thing that I don't like. You almost got to have a baby wipe handy because it is, especially with a beard, it's just kind of gross. Yeah. You feel like a caveman.
I don't know. Mine's starting to get bushier than I typically let it get, and I have noticed I've carried a lot more leftovers with me than
I just trimmed mine for that reason. I can't remember what I had, ribs or something, and I was like, this is disgusting. So So when do you add your dry rub? Because like sauce, you cook them till they're good, you toss them in the sauce. What do you do? Do you do the same thing when you're adding just dry rubs, or do you put it on before, or what?
I put it on before I cook them.
Okay.
And most of the time, I am not patient enough or planning far enough ahead to remember to put them in the, like, coat them in the cornstarch or baking soda. Or, there's all sorts of different things you can do, right? Mm-hmm. And put them in the fridge overnight. Mm-hmm. And the whole reason you do that is to dry them out, get the water off the skin, get mm-hmm. that skin really dry, so that when you do cook them and you get them hot, you get that crispy skin on it. Oh. I always most of the time I'm using frozen wings. Yeah. Because they're just easy to keep in the freezer all the time. Mm-hmm. I let them thaw out a little bit, so they're starting to get wet, and they're really they're end up being sticky essentially with the moisture, mm-hmm. and then I toss them in the rub before I put them on. Oh, interesting. And then do you put them on frozen then, or do you thaw them all the way out? No, man. Really? You can cook them from frozen. Right on. And then depending on how much falls off, or what I feel like, I'll hit them again when they come off, just with a little bit more rub. Do you find if you're using a rub with a lot of sugar that it burns? I haven't. And maybe I'm just not using a rub with enough sugar in it. Mm-hmm. But I've run Honey Hog. Yeah. And I feel like that's got a ton of sugar in it. Right. And I haven't had any issue. No issues, huh? Uh-uh. That would be my only question. Where you're running them a little bit hotter if the rub would burn. Yeah. A little bit. So interesting. I guess what's your go-to wing flavor profile? I love the Asian. I've talked about this before, but I had some people in Wisconsin, some Hmong people, make me stuffed chicken wings. Ooh, yeah. And they fried it. So they just stuffed it with the stuff you put in egg rolls. And they do egg rolls a little different. It's not like all vegetables, but it's mostly like noodles and pork and like so good. Little rice noodles, I think. I can't remember exactly. And just for everybody else, because I know I screwed this up. Hmong they are not Mongolian. Correct. By any means. Where are the Hmong people from? So Hmong people are they're the indigenous mountain people of Laos and Thailand. So they helped us out during the Vietnam War. They kind of spied for us in Laos, so that we were they call it the secret war. We were kind of also at war, but also neutral with Laos, but really we were spying on them with the CIA. And then when we pulled out, the U.S. was like, oh, crap, because they just started getting slaughtered, and so they brought them over to Wisconsin, Minnesota, and there's a bunch of them in California, too. So, but yeah, this lady, Ga, she's awesome, but you have to debone the chicken wing, which we helped her do this once, and it was kind of cool. You, fold it down like a sock, and cut the tendon, and then fold it down some more and pull the bones out. Out of the drumlet? Out of both of them. So you get a full wing with the little, what do you call the nubbin? The tip? Yeah. We call those wing tips. The nubbin. Wingtip sounds much better. Anyway, that's the only part that you really leave, and you take out all the other bones and then kind of unroll it. It's very tedious. It's a labor of love. But then they stuff it with kind of like a rice noodle, pork, some cilantro, and then they just kind of stuff it all, roll it back up, and then they'll fry it. And then you eat it with the delicious dragonfly sauce or maypoi sauce or the sweet chili sauce. And you dump it in there. I don't know what any of those are, but oh, John, I kind of want to know what the dragonfly sauce is. Oh, dude, maybe that's what I'll do for our next live. We'll have those ready, and we will just eat them and love them. I mean, it sounds delicious. Everything about it sounds fantastic. It is phenomenal. But nice. The Asian zing sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings just kind of reminds me of that. So I really like that profile. Well, no, that's funny because my favorite is an Asian-inspired wing, too. Yeah. And I like we just found it online, and I've kind of tweaked the recipe over time. But it's got a Chinese 5-spice rub on it, and you cook it with that on it, and then it's got a. I'm trying to remember exactly. It's been a long time since I made it, but it's a blackberry glaze,
dude,
that goes on it with some like green onion green onion scallion cut up over it, and it's
blackberry glaze, huh? Just like a jam type of deal, or is it like mixed with spices?
It's got. I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time. I shouldn't be like throwing down on.
Dude, that's how we roll.
Recipe on air without knowing everything about it. But I want to say there's some like spiciness into the glaze, but the sweetness of the blackberry carries it, and it's just that is one I like. I will bathe in it, like just cover me head to toe. Let the dogs lick it off of me afterwards. Like deliciousness.
That sounds phenomenal.
Yeah. Which do you like Chinese 5-spice?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't imagine that you don't, but that like clovey, cinnamony, like
yeah, it's definitely a unique flavor for sure.
But yeah, it's
pretty bomb.
It is killer. So big fan of that. I'll eat buffalo wings, like true like traditional buffalo sauce. It's not my favorite.
It's fine, but I'm the same way. Like it's, I don't know. I know people are like that's the like, I don't know what you'd say. That's the purest way of eating buffalo wings. I disagree. I think there are much more delicious options out there.
Yeah. I do believe, though, that you have to have blue cheese dressing.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I love wings and blue cheese dressing.
I don't know that I've ever had wings with blue cheese dressing.
What?
I always do ranch. I'm a ranch man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We do a lot of ranch too, but I love blue cheese dressing on wings.
Do you? So is this with traditional buffalo sauce and you dip the blue cheese, or do you dip all of it in blue cheese?
I don't think I've done the like blackberry glaze in blue cheese. I've done everything else in blue cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and especially if it's spicy, like blue cheese is the way to go.
Really?
100%.
I might have to try that. I haven't had blue cheese for years.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and the chunkier the better.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a huge blue cheese and wings fan.
Interesting.
I also really enjoy the celery that goes with it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, there are not a lot of things that I don't enjoy. Celery is, I can't do it, man. I've tried.
I mean, it's mostly just like a vessel to get the dressing from whatever it's into my mouth. But
yeah, that's fair.
I like celery.
That's fair. Yeah, celery and pickles. I just
Fun fact.
can't do.
Do you know? No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is right anymore.
Oh,
stand by.
Okay.
Talk about something for a minute, Mike.
So,
I'm gonna fact check myself before anyone else does.
Listen, if anybody knows of some amazing jobs that don't involve teaching teenagers mathematics, if you could send them my way, that'd be awesome. I actually really enjoyed my job, but I'm just trying to kill time. Hats. Hit us up if you want some hats. I can talk about that. We got the Smoky Patch. It's a Fat Guys original. $20. Shoot us a text, because most of you know us, or reach out on Instagram or YouTube comments, or what else, John? I think that's it.
I need 30 more seconds. Keep going.
Okay. Did you know Bruce Lee had a brother, John?
No, I didn't, Mike.
Oh, he's a vegetarian.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Brocco Lee. John just told me that one in the car on the way here. So that was a good one. You told me another one too.
Well, I'm glad I didn't say it, because what I was going to say is 100% false.
Oh.
So.
All right. Well, I'm glad we dodged that bullet.
I thought one of these was a clap track. But no. Let's...
All right, well. I mean, I've used up all my dead air skills, so.
Well, in the spirit of saving Mike's voice and me putting my foot in my mouth any further, we want to say thanks for being with us.
Yeah.
And until next time, I'm John.
I'm Mike.
This is Fat Guys with Smokers. Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.